Hello everyone. In this video we're just going to go over our Blackboard site for the course so that you have a clear idea of how I have set up Blackboard and how you can use it to find what you need and to do what you need to do. So this is the home page when you enter COMM 224 W01, Communication, Research, and Writing, with the instructor, me, Maria Hegblom. This is the page that you should see. All the information you need for the course is going to be in these buttons here, basically. Under course information, you'll just find some really general information, the schedule and the syllabus, how to get a hold of me, the course objectives and outcomes. One other thing you'll find here that will be important to completing one assignment, this is the group discussion, is the schedule of discussion leaders. You'll also find, just so you know, a rubric about grading in the discussion, a rubric about the assignments and how they're graded. This actually schedule is from last semester. I won't be posting our new schedule until next week because there's a lot of change that can happen before drop add is completed. So I'll be posting it at the beginning on Monday. So I'll let you know in an email when that has been posted. But you'll be able to see here, you'll be able to see your name and see the dates that you are expected to lead discussion. The weekly schedule button is really where everything you need for the course is going to be posted. One thing you'll notice is that the course is going to be broken into 4 units. The units can vary in the number of weeks they cover depending on the amount of material, anywhere usually from 2 weeks to 5 weeks. This first unit is just an introductory unit. I think it's useful to read a little bit about what it covers. So you can see here what it's about, what it's covered, and when it ends. So it will cover work in basically the first 2 weeks of classes, this short week and all of next week. So if you scroll down, you will see how the weeks are set up. The week will include the dates and what the topic is, and you should be able to sort of see everything. One thing to note is that all of the work is due on Sunday. In this week, all of the work is due on Sunday. In future weeks, the only exception to all the work being due on Sunday is if you are a discussion leader, you need to post your initial response to the discussion no later than Thursday of any week. So that is the only exception. Hopefully that'll start to become a pattern and people will be ready for it. It will be included in the weekly schedule, the date that you need to post by. So I suggest you put that in a calendar so you don't miss it. And I will try my best to send out reminders, but it's also your responsibility to make sure that you know when you're supposed to do this. The weekly schedule posted like this. All the links to reading material or viewing material are included right on this front page. So for instance, for this week, you're asked to watch this syllabus video, which will tell you a little bit about the course expectations and explain different aspects of assignments. You will also be expected to watch this video right now, how to use Blackboard. A link will be posted here as soon as I'm done recording it. To look at this website, to watch this PowerPoint, and then to do a group discussion, introducing yourself, and to take a really short little quiz. One thing you should know, it's not included here because this is just sort of an opening week, but if you scroll down to future weeks, when you do have things to watch or to assignments to do, I do try to put some kind of a notation about how long things are expected to take. Hopefully you can use this to help you plan for the workload that you have from one week to the next. So for instance, you'll see that the PowerPoint that we're going to watch next week, this PowerPoint takes about 20 minutes. You'll see that the first assignment, longer assignment that you have, browsing communication journals, I estimate it'll take you about an hour to get done. So, that's just something that I try to include so that you have a little bit of material to plan for your schedule. When you go on Blackboard, you won't yet see week 2. As you can see, there's a lot of material when I post a week, and it can get overwhelming if I have too many of these. So generally, you will be able to see from week to week. I will make week 2 available on Friday, so you'll be able to kind of look ahead, but you'll only have 2 weeks. And then I'll keep week 1 there for about an extra week, and then I'll close it down. I've just found that it makes it easier for students to navigate on our Blackboard site rather than overwhelm you with 15 weeks worth of this much material. The other important thing to know is that when you have an assignments due, you can find those assignment guidelines in the folder. This simply means that you click on the link. So if you go here, you'll see a place to post your introductions, where you can add a thread. Someone has already done that. And you'll see that here's where you can access the confidence assessment quiz that you're expected to do for me. This will take you like 10 minutes. And you can post it there. You'll see when I make the second week available to you, a similar kind of thing. You'll see this is a link to the the discussion for the week, and this is a link to your first assignment and a link to your first test. So hopefully you can also access discussions here, but I highly recommend that you access them just through the folder. The discussions here are not organized by date, so they're just sort of in there, and you'd have to scroll through and find it, and I think it's a little clunky to use. So I recommend that you just access the discussion board straight through the folder. And then you can also access the gradebook here to see where you're at. That basically gives you an overview of how Blackboard is set up. I hope that it will make sense to you and that it will seem intuitive by a couple of weeks in. Inevitably, you'll have some questions and some things won't work. Things will, problems occur. So in those cases, do make sure that you just send me an email. Maybe it's a link that's not functioning for you. Sometimes that happens. I recommend that you use Google Chrome. It seems to create less of those problems for students than, say, Internet Explorer or some other web browser. But, problems will happen. We can't solve them unless I know about them. My Blackboard site isn't going to look quite the same as yours, so you really need to let me know if something is not functioning. The other thing that I wanted to bring up to you is in discussions. The very first discussion will be a general course questions. And so if you do have questions about the course, you can also post them here as well as email them to me. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I hope that you'll take some time to, look at Blackboard and see how it's set up and familiarize yourself with that, and ask me any questions if you have them.